If you see the title of the video, it's pretty self-explanatory. What's good? It's your boy Ebokk. If you see the title of the video, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm a former employee for Flip. I worked for him for quite some time. Known him for about like 4 to 5 years now. I forget which. In that span of time, at no point have I felt abused, taken advantage of, or whatever these allegations surrounding him and his business dealings are. I feel that he overpays not only myself, but has in the past overpaid other people I've seen for their services. So, and I think it's pretty selfless of him and speaks to quality of character to not even try to go back and forth with someone. When Space Ghost left, I stepped into his role, and at no point did I ever feel like I was unfairly compensated for the work that I was doing. And I continued to do that work for about a good 2 to 3 years. Right? Flip overpays people. It actually kind of can be bothersome when you see people. It's like, yo, like, why are you giving XYZ so much money when the task that's required of them is not really that big, right? But I'm not really one to like meddle in the affairs, especially business affairs of others. So it's just like, yo, he's doing him. I wouldn't pay that much, but he's paying that much. So it's just like, in so many ways, he set me up personally. But just to speak for myself, on my own business dealings with Flip, not only did he pay me, he tried to like just not just give a man a fish, but teach a man to fish, which is kind of his business model. Like, right, he doesn't like necessarily taking on employees, rather as private contractors that he'll partner with, and so that they can eat what they kill, you know? He gives you the opportunity to like go out, branch out, and do your own thing, so you can, you know, take what you learn from his dealings and then essentially do the same thing for yourself or greater. So in my personal experience, he overpays people. He overpaid me, right? And we're talking about like production-wise. Most production is just you set up the camera equipment, microphones, you get the software ready, hit record on everything, let the thing take place, and then break down shop when everything's done. It's really not hard work. It's not like, more often than not, I would use that as an opportunity to like get some sleep in. Because after I set everything up and people start talking, I could just, it's on autopilot till it's done, you know? More often than not, people would be waking me up like, yo, we're done. And then I just break everything down. It's like, it's not hard work. Now, it does take a certain level of knowledge to be able to operate everything to the point where you can get it to where it runs smoothly to that degree. But that knowledge and people with that knowledge is pretty ubiquitous. It's everywhere. You know, like if you say, hey, I need someone to produce my podcast today, you'll have a line outside of your door. If you say, hey, I need someone who can get 150,000 views on a video of this type of content, you're not going to get those same results. So that means that there's a value that the marketplace, based on supply and demand for these skill sets. And if you're just a neighborhood podcast producer, while you have invested time in learning your skill and you are proficient at it, the market hasn't necessarily placed a high value on that skill set as it is. because it's so much of that supplied in the marketplace. Right? So anyone out there complaining about what they get is just like, if you just essentially, if you keep finding yourself in the same situation, at some point you have to look within as opposed to blaming the external sources, especially if the external sources are completely unrelated. Like if you go to this team and you have a problem, and then you go to another team and you have the exact same problem. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. I just wanted to say that. Just my little 2 cents. I mean, so I ain't got no beef with nobody. Yeah. Everybody, peace.